Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. First, I want to give proper credit to Swedeah, who posted this absolutely insane video called Remember This After Howard Gets Improved. I will have a link to the video in the description. I'll be showcasing a little bit of it. Fair disclaimer that this video will not be monetized. I will be making no money off of this video because it's just a reaction video, because my mind is like a little mind blown, but it also brings up a lot of thoughts and questions I have on kind of the implicit statement of this video, which is that Howard is not getting improved. That's the quotes there. And I'm actually like legitimately curious, because this is pretty insane. And even when I was talking about Howard the Duck, I made a commentary on his awakened ability no longer having the thunder quack and the regeneration. I was just like, you know, Howard the Duck fans are going to say he's losing some core utility. And now I'm watching this video and I'm like, This is pretty wild stuff. So let me show you. He's up against, this is the Abyss, this is the Labyrinth of Legends Starlord. I'm about 5 minutes and 14 seconds in the video. You're going to see he's going to bait an SP2 out here. He's got a ton of Fury stacked up, and then he's going to drop this SP2. Look at how much damage this chunks out of Starlord. It is just absolutely insane. He's still on this first enrage timer, and he's going to take him down. He's using the, essentially the, enervate and then heavy cornering to build up all of these furies and just get insane scaling damage. It's nuts. I mean, 5.5 minutes. He's going to take Starlord down in 5 minutes, 29 seconds. Just crazy. Now, for Starlord, this is awesome. And again, I want to reiterate that this is an amazing takedown from Swedeah. All of Swedeah's like lower tier champions or under tier champions or underappreciated champions, whatever you want to say, blow my mind. Like his work with Kamala Khan and then Starlord and Abyss of Legends, like he just does absolutely amazing stuff. I cannot express that I am a fan. I am a Swedeah stan all day. But that said, there are interesting things here at work that just make me have questions, because I personally liked Howard the Duck's buff. I saw it as a buff. This does leave the potential that it's a nerf. So all of these thoughts / questions are premised on the fact of what can he do right now that he won't be able to post buff, and this might be an example of that. I don't know. I'm learning a lot here. So the first one is, what are the synergies here, which I do believe it is just Tigra synergy, but he doesn't show it at the initial of the video. So just a quick question on that. What are the synergies? Because those things do matter. The second one is there footage or evidence of a Howard the Duck full Labyrinth of Legends clear? Because Starlord in general is just a punching bag. And while from a health standpoint, damage standpoint, and speedrun standpoint, this is phenomenal and absolutely insane, Starlord is just a punching bag. Like, and while a lot of the fights in Labyrinth of Legends are just punching bags, there are nodes and there is a length of run that needs to be done, as well as a Maestro takedown. Now, I do think Howard the Duck could do it, but seeing that evidence of a full run Howard the Duck only, or maybe even Howard the Duck plus like a Maestro killer or niche counter, because I do recognize that even like when you're using Ghost or Aegon, people bring other options to deal with specific fights. I would like to see that, because that adds to the viability of this champion as a Labyrinth of Legends counter, and would just absolutely make a huge difference in the utility that this guy brings to the general gameplay, even if it's undervalued by the community. The next thing I have to ask is Howard the Duck in 6.2 or later. Now, I don't doubt that he has viability in Act 6.2 or later, but my major question is seeing him on paths or nodes where there's not already like strictly better options, where actually hitting this large stack of Furies would be super relevant in fights where you might not be able to deal with it otherwise, or very niche fights where even if it takes you a long time, like a good example is the Black Bolt video that Karate Mike put out on Variant 3K. It's absolutely crazy, and yes, it takes you a long time to ramp up, but it's an alternative solution to a otherwise very niche and frustrating fight. And if Howard the Duck has that potential for, ramping up for 4 minutes and then just blasting an opponent down with insane damage, then I would like to see it. Howard the Duck could probably actually do the variant 3 Kang fight, I believe, in this same manner if you could build up that damage, which is just absolutely crazy. The next thing is Howard the Duck in niche scenarios where only Howard the Duck, not necessarily only, but Howard the Duck and only a couple other champions, because if he hits that value, and it's definitely worth talking about, and maybe, you know, imposing a similar community reaction to the Hood, where we have to pressure Kabam. If Howard the Duck is actually losing something insane here, then Kabam needs to re-hit the drawing board. There's nothing wrong with calling him out on that. And then the last one is hypothetical niche scenarios, because I know that there might be future node combinations or future situations that Kabam might be like under the table trying to circumvent here to avoid an overpowered situation, kind of like with Hood and his Fate Seal effect. They were trying to remove what could have been a circumstantially problematic situation for them, and that's totally reasonable because this is already in the game. Even if they decide that they want to issue rank down tickets instead, whatever the case, that still needs to be brought to light. So that said, I want to end on a disclaimer here that I mean these as completely serious questions. I'm not being facetious. If you have actual answers to these questions, hit me up in the comments, because this could vastly change my thoughts on the overhaul of Howard the Duck. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.